Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of March 17th. This week, we're going to jump right in here. You have this flow with the rhythm card. It says, get lost in the rhythm of movement today. all your readings are talking about movement, which is funny. You have this find your haven card. It says, there's a place of wonder waiting just for you. So let's see here, Aquarius. You start with the Six of Cups, and the Six of Cups, you've been getting a lot of this like childlike energy in your readings. Most people read the Six of Cups as a card of like innocence and nostalgia. It can represent like thinking about the past or being nostalgic. It can represent, childlike energy. Now, I'll show you in a minute, but there's a guy here who is guarding these two children, and these children are inside these castle walls on the Six of Cups, and it kind of represents protecting your inner child or, guarding your inner child in some way. But I kind of feel like that playful energy needs to come out is what this is saying. It's like there are things that you have always wanted to be when you grew up, Aquarius, or there are things that you thought you would be. And we have another card of the inner child right here with the Page of Swords. So, there's like something that you are trying to reveal to the world, or, there's something that you're trying to put out into the world that has to do with your connection to yourself or something like that. Sometimes I say that the Six of Cups can be a gift from the universe, and usually the gift that we receive with the Six of Cups is a turnaround, meaning, we've been bumping up against an obstacle. When we get the Six of Cups, we experience a turnaround, like things can improve or get better. And I definitely feel that there could be some sort of turnaround coming in for you as well, mostly because you have the Eight of Wands right here. And so the Eight of Wands is forward movement and does represent kind of like progress, and we'll talk about that in a second. But one other thing that's jumping into my head before we move on here, Aquarius, about mostly having to do with the past few readings that I've done for you, is we go down to the Devil, and I just feel like there could be something in your life that's like slowing you down, maybe more than you realize. And so I don't even know what it is for you. You might know what it is, but I feel like it's something that you're doing, something that you're a part of, like a group, or, something like a project that you're working on or something. And I feel like the Devil is saying whatever that is slowing you down, and you need to take like a cold, hard look at it and really decide whether or not you should be spending your time on something. So, we'll talk more about it when we get to that row. Next, you have the Three of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles says teamwork makes the dream work. Again, I feel that teamwork is going to be a big thing for you, mostly because of Pluto in your sign, Aquarius. But, I feel that working on a team with other people or teaming up with people is going to be important. But also making sure that you're teaming up with the right people is what's going to be more important. I always say Three of Pentacles is a card of concentrated connection. It's like he only has two people who are helping him. He's really focusing only on the connections that really, really lift him up. These people are supporting his position. He's standing on that bench right there, and he's doing all the work, so he's going to get all the credit. And they're coming in a support position. So make sure your connections are coming in a support connection, or a support position. You have the Two of Swords. You always get the Two of Swords with me as well. Two of Swords kind of says there's something you're not seeing. And, I'm not saying this to be mysterious or anything like that. And as a matter of fact, you have the Queen of Swords coming up in your third row. So that Queen of Swords could say that you are about to see what you haven't been seeing with the Two of Swords. She's trying to protect her heart. And, sometimes I think this has to do with like playing it too safe. And so I would just, that's really the question that's popping into my head for you, Aquarius, is like, where are you playing it too safe? Where are you not taking big enough risks, whether it's like work or business or love or money or something else, Like she's trying to protect her heart, but she's preventing herself from going over here to this new island. And, that new island could be anything. Could be, things that she's never experienced before. Could be a better life. But again, she has to put those swords down, take the blindfold off, and she has to walk across the water there to get there. So I definitely feel that for you. Let's clarify this and see what comes up for you. That didn't work, but let's try it again. With the Six of Cups, you have the Ten of Pentacles. everything you want and desire in your life. Everybody gets the Ten of Pentacles, especially the fixed signs. I've noticed that the fixed signs get the Ten of Pentacles the most out of everybody I read for. It kind of makes sense because we have Uranus and Taurus, and Uranus and Taurus really wants us to build and leave a legacy. Now, this isn't something, again, that you're going to do overnight. It's something that's going to take some time, but a lot of you could be, working towards the big picture, basically, in your life, and I feel that would be a good thing. I also feel that you need to look for other information. There's an alternative meaning to the Ten of Pentacles, which is that the guy on the card, the old guy, he represents a beggar, and he's coming and he's bringing this family a gift. And so it kind of represents receiving something from something that really doesn't have much to give. And, for us, when we get the Ten of Pentacles, it can say that you could be receiving information from an unlikely source. So I would be on the lookout for information, and, anything that pops into your head as interesting. It's like, I don't really have any good examples, but I mean, there have been books I've read where they're about one topic, but they give me an idea for something else that I'm doing in my life, right? It's like they're disconnected, but I still get something from it. And the Ten of Pentacles sometimes says, the information that could make you rich, it exists somewhere else, but you have to go find it. With the Three of Pentacles, you have the Nine of Swords. Yes, there's definitely something, I literally said it with that devil. I've been feeling this for you for weeks. There's something you're working on, or, there's a group that you're working with, and I feel this is just a, round-around situation. It's like a hamster wheel situation where it's not really getting anywhere, and I would be very careful of that, especially if you're working in a group, or, if you're working with other people. And I do realize that sometimes, in work, it's maybe you don't have a choice. Maybe you know that the group project you're working on isn't going anywhere. But, I think you have a couple of options. Number one, you can just accept it and deal with it. Number two, you can try to take control of it and make it work, right? And, I think those are your options here. With the Two of Swords, you have the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles says, is the juice worth the squeeze? He's wondering if all the work he's put into something is worth it or not. There's definitely a big question about that in this reading. I feel maybe you've been asking yourself this question for a while with the Devil card, and that's what I really feel that you need to think about here, Aquarius. It's clear to me that you've probably asked this question before, and I really feel that is probably your intuition speaking. Let's say you started working with a group of people and you felt like quitting before. It's that's probably your intuition being yes, you should quit, or move on to something else. So I feel that needing to trust yourself. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this Horse spirit. It says freedom is yours. You also have this Armadillo spirit. It says set healthy boundaries. So a lot of freedom cards coming up this week, which is interesting. I'm shooting this video on March 12th, and obviously it's for the week of the 17th. And we do have the eclipse coming up in about 2 days, so on March 14th or 13th, depending on where you are in the world. And it's something, every once in a while I'll do the readings, and I'll kind of, have an idea of where the reading is going to go. And this is something that, me as a reader, I didn't really expect for this set of readings, was all the kind of being set free thing, because it is a little bit of a challenging eclipse. I'm sure you've felt it already, probably when March started. A lot of you could have had experiences that brought up restriction or things that need to change or whatever, right? I feel like everybody has felt that. And so again, it always surprises me when something like freedom comes up so quickly after a limiting situation, right? And so a lot of you could be doing that. I feel like the boundaries thing makes sense based off of everything we said about working with people. You have the Four Swords, the Eight of Wands, and the Knight of Cups. The Four Swords is a card of resting, relaxing, recovering, but he's also hoping and praying for something. I actually feel like it's time to stop hoping and praying. I mean, Four Swords to Eight of Wands, it's no action, very quickly with the Eight of Wands. So I kind of feel like this is saying yeah, okay, the universe has heard your prayer here, Aquarius, but now it's time to make your move. And I feel like I've been saying that to you for weeks. It's clear to me that you've been praying for something, and now it's time to make your move. Something random just popped into my head as well here, Aquarius, and I'm going to say it. When you think about it, your opposite sign is Leo, and you have the strength card showing up here, and you have this card over here that says freedom is yours. You have this card that says flow with the rhythm. It says get lost in the rhythm, but there are these ladies that are dancing on this card, right? And so what's popping into my head is like I feel like you need to put yourself first, but in a different way. It's like when you think about it, all Leos basically want to be famous, right? And you're the opposite. So I feel that in some ways that it's time for you to kind of like take center stage. So if you're working on a project, or if you're working with a group of people and you're not the leader, even the Three of Pentacles kind of says the same thing. Aquarius, it says that you need to be the leader. Like, you need to be, yes, you can work with other people, but you need to be the one getting the credit, which is what I said with that Three of Pentacles. And it's definitely, that message is popping in as important. But, again, I feel like this card is saying stop hoping, wishing, and praying. It's like the universe has heard your prayer, but, it's like the next step is to move, right? And so you have the Eight of Wands. And so I feel it's time to start taking action or making moves towards something that you have been hoping and praying for. This could sometimes I think all we have to do is prepare as well. It's like just random example here. It's like love. I tell people all the time, like, if you want love, you have to act as if you already have it, number one, and also you have to prepare. Like, if you have a messy house or apartment, for example, you're probably not going to invite someone over. But, I think people don't realize how much that affects getting someone if we want love, for example, because you're probably not going to invite someone over if it's a mess. So there are certain preparations that we have to make to prepare for something as well, which is part of manifestation. I don't even think it is manifestation. It could be, sure, but I think it makes sense, right? That we're creating the energy, we are creating the space for something that we want. And I feel those are the actions that you could be taking. It's like cleaning up, or making other preparations as well, which will also get you into the energy of acting as if you already have something. So that's what I would do there. You have the Knight of Cups. Some of you could be attracting a Knight in Shining Armor if you want love. Not really a love reading. There's some love here, but could be love for some of you, sure. The Knight of Cups is really about getting started on your dream. He's normally looking into this cup, and he is scrying. He is like imagining his future, and he has this water flowing in front of him. He could easily plant seeds in front of that water, and they would grow. So the Knight of Cups is really about planting seeds and getting something to grow, which I feel would be very good for you here, Aquarius, is getting something growing. I do also feel that there could be communication right here with the Eight of Wands. So again, if you do want love, some of you could be communicating with a person. One thing I will also point out, Aquarius, is that pretty much every single person this week that has had love has also had the devil. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I would be careful of any past devils from allowing them into your life, right? With the Four of Swords, you have the King of Cups. The King of Cups is about your emotions and having deep emotions. So if you want love, it could be like a King of Cups person, someone who's like stable emotionally and all that other stuff. I look at the King of Cups as a card of like really needing to step into the unknown. He has this boat behind him, and the boat on the King of Cups kind of represents going into the unknown, exploring the unknown and things like that. So I feel a lot of you could be exploring ideas or kind of like things that you've never done before, which I think would be good. With the Eight of Wands, you have the Devil again. So we go down here to the Devil. Now, from the Six of Cups. So obviously with all the retrogrades going on, and we have Mercury going retrograde at the end of the month, we have 2 eclipses. Eclipses can bring people back from the past. So I would definitely be careful of that with this energy. With the Knight of Cups, you have the Seven of Cups. Something is changing in front of my eyes. It's like, it's like, yeah, have you ever it's like, I don't even know what I want to say here, Aquarius. It's like, you ever look at a person, and it's like, you look at a person, and it's like sometimes they like change, they morph, they almost look like a different person. I don't know, very hard thing for me to describe, but it's like there are some people where it's like I look at them, and it's like I can see them during the day. They it's almost like they appear one way, and then I see them later on in the day, and they kind of have this different look to them. And I can't really describe it. Maybe it's intuitive, right? But it's if you have your eye on a person, let me just spit this out. Sorry that I'm spending so much time on this, but if you have your eye on a person, this could be happening for you. It's like it's almost like they are changing, but I don't think this is a bad thing. Like, in some ways you could be meeting a person that is very multifaceted. You could be meeting a person that has a lot of, they just do a lot. Maybe they wear many hats. It's like that thing that is kind of popping into my head. But it almost gives me like Gemini energy, and it's like maybe even Pisces energy as well. And I'm not saying you're going to be a Pisces or a Gemini. That's not what I'm saying. It's just giving me that energy where it's like both of those dual signs. It's like in some ways, it's like they can have two different worlds going on like inside their head, and it kind of gives me that vibe. So if you're, I don't know, there you go. I don't even know what to say about that. So, enjoy it. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this Take a Risk card. I mean, every single reading I do for you, and you have this Truth card. I'm pretty sure every single reading I do for you says take a risk. So, there could be some sort of leap of faith or a risk that you're taking. It could also be the risk of telling the truth, which, that doesn't mean that you're lying. It just means that there could be a truth that you want to reveal. And, this could be a personal truth as well. It's like maybe you are changing. Maybe you are the chameleon that I was talking about with that Seven of Cups. Like there are things inside of you that you want to reveal to the world, and you could be changing. It's like maybe it's a world that exists inside of you that you've never expressed before. Pretty deep. Which makes sense. King of Cups is very deep emotional energy, so a lot of you could be expressing these deeper parts of yourself. Next, you have the Nine of Cups, the Queen of Swords, and the Devil. Nine of Cups is about getting into alignment with what you want. Nine of Cups, of course, is a wish card, so there could be some sort of wish or wishes coming true for you at this time, Aquarius. I also feel like I kind of feel this is... The words that are popping into my head are like you are in a good position. I'm not getting like traditional Nine of Cups energy. So whether you realize it or not, I kind of feel like you're sitting pretty right now with this Nine of Cups. You have the Queen of Swords. I'm actually going to show you on the table. She has her back to the past, and she's looking forward towards the future here. And so I feel a lot of you really could be putting your back to the past, and you could be much more future-focused. She's also like open to receiving something new from the future. So a lot of you could be more open to new ideas, new people, new places, new things, and you could be much more expansive in that sense. The Queen of Swords also represents a lot of clarity. And a lot of people have had these cards of clarity in the readings for this week. Again, I tell people all the time, like, yes, retrogrades are confusing, but really, retrogrades can bring in a great deal of clarity from things that we've already been through. So, this seems to be one of those Mercury retrogrades. Even though we're not there yet, it doesn't matter. We'll be there soon enough. And, energy is fluid. So I feel that some of you could be gaining this clarity now before the Mercury retrograde. And, it seems to be one of those retrogrades that really could be bringing in like a lot of answers for what we've already been through. You have the Devil again. We already talked about it. Again, I think there's some sort of situation. This has been coming up for weeks that either you need to get out of or you need to take control of, and you need to be the leader of. And if you can make that happen, great. If you can't, move on. I feel like saying be careful of stubborn people, just in general. It's like, they're stubborn. Like there are some people that are stubborn, but they're also, they are willing to be flexible, right? But I just get the feeling, I don't know, I don't really look at the Devil as a stubborn card, but it's one of those things where I just like, the way I read is I put myself in your shoes. It's like, in looking through your eyes here, Aquarius, I feel like this is a person where it's like they do not have, they're an only child. Let's put it that way. This person never had to learn how to share, right? Is kind of the energy that I get off of the Devil. And I don't even think this is love. I feel like this is someone you're working with, or, someone that you're working on a project with or whatever. It's like they have made up the problem with this person is they have made up their mind, but their mind is not working. It's like whatever you're working on, this might only be for one of you, but whatever's going on here is not working. Plain and simple. Next, with the Nine of Cups, you have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles, again, teamwork makes the dream work. You have it twice. Clearly, you need to be the leader. Plain and simple. With the Queen of Swords, you have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is like kind of like spinning plates, juggling, doing a lot. I do feel like you're going to be busy moving forward. I mean, it's a busy time for Aquarius, and I think as long as you're in balance, as long as you're working hard and playing hard, I feel like you will be fine. There's really nothing to say about that. With the Devil, you have the Five of Cups. Yes, I feel like if you do not get out of this situation, you are going to regret it in the future. Because, again, it just seems like a time suck to me, Aquarius. And I feel like I've said this to you before. Definitely a repeating message. Now, if it's a past person, same thing. Like a past person could be boo-hooing, coming at you, crying, and is talking about their regrets. But, again, I have no sympathy for adults. It's like, especially if this person did you dirty. it's like when people do that, they know it's wrong, right? Plain and simple, especially if they're an adult. So again, I don't believe in second chances. People always say like, oh, you should give a person another chance and all this other stuff. It's like, no, they did it once, they're gonna do it again, right? They're an adult, they knew it was wrong when they were doing it. So boom, that's all I have to say there. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this card. It says, your inner self is being renewed day by day, so new and better ways can come forth. It says metamorphosis on it. You have this dolphin spirit. It says, stop taking life so seriously and splash some joy in your everyday life. Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles can represent taking things too seriously. Guess what? On the Three of Pentacles, we have this lady with these polka dots on her cloak, and polka dots in the tarot can represent taking things too seriously. So it's definitely time to be more playful. You have the Two of Wands, the Page of Swords, and the Strength card. The Two of Wands is about taking the lead, which we've talked about this whole entire time. So, again, I feel like some of you could be taking the lead on certain projects and ideas. The Two of Wands is also about getting out into the world, which I think, we've talked about before as well, Aquarius. I feel it would be an amazing time for adventure. You have the Page of Swords. Like I said, there's some sort of childlike connection here, so a lot of you could be tapping into your inner child, or you could be listening more to your inner child, which I think would be great for you. It's like your inner child wants to come out to play. Those original ideas you had for your life when you were younger, those things that you want to express are going to be very important. You have the Strength card. Part of me feels that your hard work is paying off with the Strength card. Strength is a daily process. It is... she is taming this lion. The lion represents her inner voice, her inner critic, her inner demons. And this is something that she has to do every single day. She has to tame her inner voice. So I feel a lot of you have been putting a lot of work into yourselves, and people could really be seeing it now. With the Two of Wands, you have the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups can represent a wish. You have it twice. You have it twice right here, which is amazing. So Nine of Cups can represent a wish or wish fulfillment or happiness or fulfillment in general. So there's definitely some sort of wish coming in for you. With the Page of Swords, you have the Six of Pentacles. Yes, just try fun a little bit, right? It's like, I know some Aquariuses don't want to have fun. I get it. But I feel that you should try to do something to have fun, just a tiny amount, and see what happens. And, Six of Pentacles is about planting seeds in a direction, and, if something grows, keep doing it with the Six of Pentacles. With the Strength card, you have the Six of Swords. Love it. You have two sixes here. Two sixes says that you're going in the right direction. I love two sixes because it really is confirmation for your path. It kind of says that you're going in the right direction. You're doing the right things that you need to do at this time. At the end here, you have this Tiger spirit. It says doing something risky, taking a chance. I mean, are you kidding? You had the take a risk card here, right? Am I making that up? Oh, no, yeah. You have this card. It says take a risk. So definitely some sort of risk is going to pay off. You have this older woman card. It says dealings or relationships with an older woman. Then you have this card. It says jug. It says lighthearted, carefree time. We talked about all this. You have all this childlike energy here. I would find something playful to do, not just work. I do feel a lot of you could be very busy, but, I would make sure you're filling your fun bucket, as I always say. You have this August card and this egg card. It says success assured with good plans and hard work. Yeah, definitely success could be picking up for you, as we move towards the month of August. I mean, I think that's true for everyone, really. It's a slow start to the year. I've said it in the 2025 readings that really the year doesn't start until May. And that's when we finally clear all this retrograde energy and, get past the craziness. So I feel that things really don't kick off till May. And then from May onwards through the summer, things really can take off. So I would take advantage of it. It's funny because I'm pretty sure we have I'm pretty sure we have a Mercury retrograde around August or in August. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's when one is. So it's kind of funny that it's like saying, between now and then, right? You have this dolphin card. It says financial gain, usually coming from something you did in the past. Definitely could be increasing your finances here. So, we see a lot of great financial cards. So, I would keep doing what you're doing. You have this wind chimes. It says peace and harmony on it. Yeah, I do feel like there is more peace and harmony. You're probably more focused on peace and harmony with the Ten of Pentacles. It is a card of kind of focusing on that. But pretty straightforward stuff here, Aquarius. This looks really good. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.